Abraham was a man of unwavering faith, a beacon of trust in the divine. God promised him a son, a promise that seemed impossible given his and his wife Sarah's old age. Yet God also promised him a nation, descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky. Abraham believed God wholeheartedly. He trusted God with his whole heart, even when years passed without a sign. His faith never wavered. Finally, the promised son Isaac was born, bringing immense joy and fulfillment to Abraham and Sarah. Isaac grew into a young man, full of life and promise, a living testament to God's faithfulness. Abraham loved Isaac very much, cherishing every moment they spent together, teaching him the ways of their people. Then one day God asked Abraham to do something very difficult, something that would test his faith like never before. God spoke to Abraham.
Take your son, your only son, Isaac. Go to the land of Moriah. Sacrifice him there as a burnt offering.
Imagine hearing those words, sacrifice your son, the son you love, the son of the promise. Abraham faced a test of faith like no other. Abraham's heart must have ached. He loved God. He also loved Isaac. Could he obey God's command? Could he offer his son as a sacrifice? Abraham wrestled with his emotions. He knew God was good. He also knew God was faithful. In the end, Abraham chose to trust God. He decided to obey. Section 4. The Journey of Obedience. Abraham, Isaac, and 2 servants began their journey. They set out early in the morning, the sun just beginning to rise, casting long shadows on the ground. The air was cool, but the promise of the day's heat was already palpable. They traveled for 3 days, 3 long, arduous days through the barren wilderness, with only the sound of their footsteps and the occasional bray of a donkey to break the silence. Can you imagine the thoughts racing through Abraham's mind? The weight of the task ahead must have been overwhelming, yet he pressed on, driven by his unwavering faith. Each step was an act of obedience. Each step was a testament to his trust in God's plan, even when the path was rocky and the journey seemed endless. Each step was a step of faith. With every stride, Abraham reaffirmed his commitment to follow God's command, no matter the cost. Abraham believed that God would provide. He held on to the hope that, in the end, there would be a divine intervention, a miracle that would change the course of events, even if he didn't understand, even if it hurt. The journey was not just a physical one, but a profound spiritual test, a testament to the strength of his faith and the depth of his obedience.
Father, we have the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for the burnt offering?
God himself will provide the lamb, my son.
Isaac carried the wood for the sacrifice. He noticed his father seemed troubled. Isaac trusted his father. He didn't fully understand, but he trusted. Section 6. God provides. In the ancient times, when faith was tested in the most profound ways, there was a man named Abraham. His journey of faith led him to a place called Mount Moriah, a place that would forever be etched in the annals of history. They arrived at Mount Moriah. Abraham, with a heavy heart and unwavering faith, built an altar. Each stone he placed was a testament to his devotion and trust in God's plan, no matter how incomprehensible it seemed. He bound Isaac, his beloved son, and laid him on the altar. The boy's eyes, filled with trust and innocence, mirrored the silent agony in Abraham's heart. Abraham raised his hand, the knife gleaming in the sunlight, ready to obey God's command. His heart pounded, each beat echoing the gravity of the moment. This was the ultimate test of faith, a moment that would define his legacy.
Suddenly, a voice called out from the heavens, "Abraham! Abraham! Do not lay a hand on the boy!" The voice was firm yet compassionate, halting Abraham in his tracks. The voice continued, "Now I know that you fear God, because you have not withheld from me your son, your only son." Abraham's heart swelled with relief and gratitude. He embraced Isaac, tears of joy streaming down his face.
Abraham looked up and saw a ram caught in a thicket by its horns. It was as if the heavens had opened and provided a way out, a symbol of God's provision and mercy. He went over and took the ram and sacrificed it as a burnt offering instead of his son. The flames consumed the offering and the smoke rose to the heavens, a fragrant aroma of faith and obedience. God had provided, just as he always does. Abraham's faith had been tested, and he had passed the test. He knelt in gratitude, his heart overflowing with thankfulness. This moment was a powerful reminder that God always provides, even in the most trying of times. Abraham's story continues to inspire, teaching us that unwavering faith and trust in God's plan will always lead to divine provision.